4th place tomorrow Engel, and of course the battle to be best Mercedes on track. 48 from Winwood, 17 from Get Speed, going on with a big bite of curb there, going up through turn 5 and 6, but he's onto the Mistral straight now with Ugo de Wilde in 6th spot behind them. Now, after that, you get to the 7th place Ferrari of Alessio Rovera, which is another car lapping a little bit quicker than those ahead. There's the race.
10 seconds, you could see all the carbon fibre as well from other cars. Drivers doing well to avoid that. That would have been in the blind spot, and Rovera doing well to flick it round with the traction control off. Now getting more single file outside the top 15. Big slide there for Tom Fleming.
Yeah, well, of course, that was the dream result there for Luca Engster and Patrick Niederhaus. They didn't wish on anyone else, but they've now got a big gap between them and the rest. That will really give them choices in this race. Potato alongside me, Joe Osborne leaning back in his seat as the pressure comes on down the start-finish straight. Is turn 1 the place to make a move? I'm not sure. What do you reckon?
I've never been so tense, I don't think, apart from when I've walked into a doctor's appointment. He's got a rubber glove on, but this is nail-biting. Pret can't make an apex, but is doing so well at carrying the speed. I think this is a chance. He's defending. It's a long way round the outside here for Pepper. Limit penalty because he inherited that car from Vermeulen already with 4 track limits. 5th one will attract a penalty, so he's having to almost fight with 2 hands tied behind his back. But Abril again looking pretty strong in sector 1 on this lap, but the last lap, the gap down to 0.4 of a second. That'll be much closer than he would want as a driver. Anything under a second starts to feel like one mistake that you make could potentially lose your position. So I don't think this is intense.
Okay, fingers on the triggers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, green flag.
And in the background, you'll see the BMW of Charles immediately getting past Ivan Nikelchik. So it was quite clear for Ivan. He's a lap down, let him through. But now the time is running down. 4 minutes remains, and the red BMW at the top of the shot is chasing these two, the race leaders.
Rovera, he's found race 2 a heck of a lot tougher than race 1, hasn't he? Mired in the pack, 11th place, and can't get past the Audi. The Audi, a venerable car these days, but Paul Everard's Santaloc entry has gone really nicely. Everard and Gilles Magnus, bearing in mind that they've got that 10-second penalty to factor in. We'll worry about that at the end of the race. The Mustang goes through, Josef Ovega at the wheel of it, ahead of the car that won in silver in race 1.
Got ahead. No, sorry. Beg your pardon, Muller is in behind Ugo de Wilde, but the group of cars coming up to challenge them, and then McLaren's coming to them. Joseph Loke will be coming into shot very shortly, just as he's trying to catch up with Chris Lullum and see what they can do about the cars ahead. But suddenly, early in this second of the 3 stints, we're having lots and lots of place changing, and for all sorts of reasons, so it seems.
Yep, and here's Joseph Loke on the charge. Had a really good qualifying session, lap time-wise, but then...
And comes Schiller. That's the inside line for the first part of the next chicane, but Sorensen's got the tighter line. Here comes Kirchhoff behind them to try to go 3 wide and gets a face full of Fabian Schiller. Schiller goes through, does he on the brakes? Late. Yes, goes second. The Mercedes is through, and Marco Sorensen is still having to defend because Kirchhoff is all over him like a cheap suit.
Yeah, I thought Kirchhoff had it then, and Schiller finally looked in his mirror and closed the door on him.
He is sort of blown away by the side draft of the cars. There is the championship leading Aston Martin, still 17th in the race. Marco Sorensen at the wheel, outside the top 10 for points. So bad news, really, right now.
Again, what's happening here? Chavez goes wide. Now Charles Vert read it, but was on the outside, couldn't do the... Well, was that off the... might have been off the back of the Aston.
We do lack a little bit right now of aero, but this circuit's a test circuit, right? So you have the Michelin straight, but then sector 1 going through 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, like if you mess up 3, it really cocks up everything, and the curb usage you can do as well through 4, it really hooks.
It's closer. In fact, the Lamborghini was going up the right-hand side, left-hand side of the track from the driver's point of view. This is the battle for outright race lead. It's nip, it's tuck, it's Chateau d'Eau, and again, the move covered off by Sven Muller. You've got to work harder than that, Pepper. You know what? This is what he loves. The South African will be really just plotting his move, but that was a much better exit from 180. It's now clear in his Ferrari ahead of Louis Pretz. Porsche, McLaren running in second place. The best of the pros is Jordan Pepper in third. Sven Muller here still pressing on, and you know what? A gold class car has never won overall, so you've got to say that is going to be broken. The last sprint win for a car that wasn't a pro class car was right here, Valencia, 3 years ago, 2022, when Ulysses de Pauw and Pierre-Jean-Alexandre managed to come through to take victory, but this
Replay here. Was there contact from the Lamborghini? Possibly so, yes.
Yeah, I think the Lambo's gone for a bit of a lunge. You can see the windscreen, sorry, they're flopping around. So I think that's going to attract a penalty for one of the GRT Grasser cars, just trying to work out who it was. I think it was Jordan Pepper, as he was behind Day the lap before. So I think there'll be a penalty for
unbelievably quick. But bear in mind, this battle was created by the back markers in front before their pit stops, and they're still battling. The bronze drivers, they number 66 Audi from Trezor Attempto, Dylan Pereira being shoveled off the circuit down at Estoril, turn 3.
Don't hit your teammate, don't hit your teammate, and that rule wasn't there. Which motor oil are you going to put in your car tomorrow morning? Is it going to be Gulf Oils? Is it going to Liqui Moly? Both of these won our Rover Motor Oil pole positions this weekend. It feels like there's a theme going on here at the moment. I'm liking the look.
There he is in the Mercedes, the Austrian driver coming along Cooper Straight, still being chased hard by Wirtz. And a 10-second time penalty added to number 25 for failing to serve the time penalty. So does that mean an extra 10 seconds? I assume it does.
It must do, mustn't it? Otherwise it's not another penalty. He's very wide there. This is going to give Rivera a chance to get a run onto the back straight. He's not close enough, though, to really get in the pocket of air for the slipstream to be at...
Well, it always happens. Great interview there with Mauro Engel. Thank you very much, Alex. While you have an interview, something always happens. We've suddenly had the Ford of Jan Mardenborough gaining 2 positions. He jumped ahead of Hugo de Wilde and also ahead of the Rutronic Porsche of Sven Muller. So that's been a phenomenal lap for the Ford, and the Ford is finding more and more pace through this race. Brilliant opening stint for the number 64 car from the Hout Racing team by Arjun Maini, and it's carrying on in that vein. So suddenly we've got 2 championship challengers really close.
Still all green, 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 and then he can accelerate away. He's got the back marking Audi up the road, so it was around this part of the racetrack. There's your green flag. So we're back racing, and Cairoli accelerates away, but he can't instantly clear the Audi. He's going to have to do that going up towards the chicane. He's got track position now. Look on the inside line for the first part of the Roger chicane. We're back racing again here at Monza. 55 minutes to go.
He was in a lovely place for the green flag to fly, just going around Curva Grande, whereas...
braking zone, but will he be able to consolidate it? I'm not quite sure he will, because the Porsche is side by side, and yes.
Let me quickly also catch up on Valentino Rossi has pitted, and so has Daniel Morad as well. So we've had 46 BMW in, we've had number 40 just up the road ahead. You've got Porsche, Lamborghini, McLaren. BOP seems to have worked its magic again, because you've got all these different brands, all so competitive.
I love it. You know, I'm a racing fan, I'm a petrol head, and you know, when I was a kid watching this type of racing, whether it be British touring cars or GT racing, seeing the variety of cars and different engine configurations, it's great. It's for the motorsport fan, it's amazing.
Have the damage, because the rub was to the right rear corner, and that was the CSA Racing McLaren that did the damage. Just coming through our shot. Now that's the CSA car in 3rd place, number 111 for Jim Clark, but the French driver will be coming in.
I think he's got a chance of getting black flagged here. He's done more than 3 laps to serve that drive-through penalty, and it's not something you can really go and argue. It's a judge of fact. It's done.
There's definitely going to be some more overtaking. Such a hard track to pass on, but no one's told the drivers, which makes for fantastic television. The Rutronic Porsche being shoveled out wide. Luke Hartog at the wheel of that. Sorry, that's the 96 car. It's the
Sven Muller now, isn't it?
Yeah, Sven Muller now. Sister Porsche, of course, we saw have a spin early on with Ishan Pires. That's a little bit further back, but it could be recovery times for Sven Muller. Up to 14th overall.
Global GT series. It's a 4-hour enduro, but yeah, GT racing, it makes me proud to see how strong it is at the moment.
But that car is the most significant of them. 6th on the road, Patrick Niederhauser is going to get a 5-second penalty for pit lane speed. Now, whether it was him on his way out or Sven Muller on his way in, it kind of doesn't matter, because you win or lose as a team. But that car, stuck in traffic as it is.
6 and 7 they go, and down to a corner where attackers come frequently. We thought there might have been contact between the chasing Lamborghini a handful of laps ago before the full course yellow, but certainly Engstler pushing the little kink as they come up the slope. And now what comes next? Remember, last night we saw the Lamborghini fight against the Rutronic Porsche, make a move up here and then back out at the final moment. Not that close this time around, but the clock is counting down. 1.5 minutes remain.
Yeah, next lap will be their last, and no further investigation between the instant.
A mission a little bit further down. Silver, it's still Panis versus Compact. Gap comes down 2nd to 3rd, under braking. Ben Green right under the rear wing of the BMW of Charles Wirtz, the Team WRT car. Blast out the hairpin. Downhill, go left. Wirtz uses the curve on the inside, as does Green. That spits the Ferrari across the road, but he keeps one line in contact one wheel rather, in contact with the white line, so all is good.
Has had two, so track limits not so prevalent here at the Nürburgring compared to some of the circuits which we visit.
But it's all about building, and you have to say suddenly the Ford's looking a lot more attractive, looking as teams consider what they might want to run in 2026. There's never any static performance in GT3 racing. Everyone is developing at a different cycle time, and certainly been exciting days. I came across on a plane with a certain Kazuki Nakajima